Um, our company is Alpha Finance Inc., and we are going to show you how we are going to implement cloud infrastructure. My name is Jade. I'm the IT director, and I am in charge of system planning and architecture.
I'm Jaden. I am the CIO, and I am in charge of monitoring and resources.
Hi, my name is Ruth, and I am a VP of accounting, and I also in charge of the project budgeting.
My name is Ismail. I'm a project manager. I'm in charge of planning, monitoring, and executing a project.
Hi, my name is Yasal Lara. I'm database administrator, and I'm in charge of organization and architecture.
Hello, my name is Omar Espinosa. I'm VP of marketing, and I'm in charge of project vision.
Alpha Finance Incorporated is an accounting firm that has been in the accounting business for over 20 years. Our main goal is that our customers get an optimum service that is geared to make sure that our clients' financial information and transactions are accurate, legal, and ethical. We help our clients to use financial statements to better understand the health of their finances. In order to improve our business profit and also be able to successfully be as a financial company, we offer an array of services to different kinds of businesses that are comprised of small businesses as well as corporations and nonprofit organizations. We offer services like auditing, risk, taxes, and also bookkeeping services. We also provide expertise to profit organizations. We as a company understand the different issues that accountants face when it comes to digital marketing. For this reason, we are committed to improve our overall performance by implementing new software to mitigate all our physical files and migrate them to Amazon Web Services. This is to act as a web server host for the client and as a database system for Alpha Finance Incorporated. We have created a successful system that is very beneficial toward our company and our clients, making a strong emphasis in how the data will flow between Alpha Finance and the Information Technology Department by using different data entities.
Nowadays, cloud computing is an essential tool of any modern business. On-demand cloud computing platforms like AWS have helped many companies, big and small, all move their business systems to the cloud. For our project, we implemented AWS. We also added asset management software like Asset Panda and customer relationship management software like Salesforce. These software are necessary tools needed to organize a company's assets like current employees, potential employees, policies, and remote work. We also implemented a flow system to organize day-to-day office communication and approvals using Microsoft Power Automate. Lastly, we added Topdesk, a ticketing system where there's organizational tactics for IT practices. For example, fixing technical issues, request policy updates, register employees or register devices. For our feasibility assessment, we have economic feasibility. With AWS's low cost, it would not only be cost effective, time saving, and beneficial to use AWS. AWS offers flexible pricing options. This would remove all in-person costs and clutters of physical materials and focus on the software license only. For technical feasibility, the technological risk associated with moving to the cloud would be the possibility of losing data. When moving data to the cloud, there are human errors that could happen when importing physical data to the cloud. Thus, the relevance of this risk is minimal and won't affect the business operation. And lastly, operational feasibility. Moving the business to the cloud improves day-to-day office operations as well as client quality assurance. Since Alpha Finance Inc. is an accounting firm that deals with many clients' monetary information, it is easier to track, pull up, and update all of the client's status. AWS's architecture will essentially handle all the physical hardware and software needs, including a cloud database system. Salesforce and Asset Panda and Power Automate will handle all logging of hardware, clients, employees, and business matters to make an easier function for email authentication, organizing office automation, and itemization. Lastly, implementing Topdesk into their infrastructure would allow technological needs to be organized and dealt with immediately by their IT team. This would decrease costs that were slowed down due to time constraints. Thus, this makes time and monetary efficiency improved and makes an easier work environment to operate in. And for our issues mostly consisted of time management and member availability.
All right, now we're moving on to project analysis. Essentially, the methods of collecting our project requirements were getting our stakeholders together and conducting interviews with them. These interviews were targeted closed-end questions to allow the stakeholders to essentially give their input and opinion on what needed to be removed, added, or modified from the current system into the new system. We gathered the data of what the best systems were that we could integrate into the current system. And we also got the opinions from the stakeholders of what they thought was good, bad, how they thought we could improve. There was also speculation on how they felt about the old system, rather how they would feel about the new system. In that, we also observed body language, emotions, and any indicators from the stakeholders that would essentially move our direction of how we would go with this new system. Now, our data entities would essentially be our clients, Alpha Finance Inc., the company, and the IT department within the company. The main reason why these entities interact with each other is through the new service being implemented through AWS. The clients would interact with Amazon's web services. This would be essentially be a web platform for the clients to interact with their accountants directly and be able to do their accounting. Alpha Finance itself would use AWS as a database through their hybrid infrastructure and also correlate their user interactions. The IT department would correlate directly with the Alpha Finance company through their ticketing system, Topdesk. These would include maintenance requests, inventory management requests, and process authentication requests. Here we have the level 0 DFD. These include our main entities and how they interact with our main processes. So essentially, this would be AWS's server and database, interacting from the client to Alpha Finance, and then how Alpha Finance correlates to the IT department through Topdesk. So essentially, by giving AWS its main access for the client to interact with Alpha Finance, this provides not only a web server, but also a database system for Alpha Finance to input all the customer information in and collectively integrate everything organized for the company to move on with efficiency, accuracy, and easier flow of work. And some necessary additions to the IT department would be the Topdesk ticketing system, Asset Panda for inventory management, and Power Automate, which will be continuously talked about throughout this presentation. Here we have kind of a debabble, very big, very complicated level 1 DFD. This not only includes our main processes and our main entities, but also all existing entities that would be correlating within this and all separate processes and data stores that would be involved in this. So to begin with, we have the client interacting with AWS's server. They would essentially put their data into the server, and AWS would send that to their database. The database would be accessed through Alpha Finance, through their accountants correlating the work through the client. Then if any, let's say, maintenance problem, any technical issue, any ticket request or inventory ticket will be sent to the IT department. The IT department will essentially handle all the ticket requests and either be able to send it through Asset Panda, send out a personnel to fix this maintenance request, or send or create a new process through Power Automate that would essentially help the bottom up structure in the company for process management. This is just a quick overall explanation of what we just talked about. And our main business entities beyond the three that we talked about are the main stakeholders, everyone in this meeting, including management, employees, investors, and anyone else combined that would essentially make due towards this company. Some suggested technologies, of course, would be the AWS hybrid infrastructure for cloud computing services. The hybrid infrastructure basically means that there will be an on-site database system and a cloud infrastructure system. This process will be talked about later on, but to give the overall sum, its fluidity gives access for the company to generally seek out their immediate services, as well as integrate cloud services that would help the automation and flow process throughout the company, making efficiency and accuracy at 100% request. This provides customer satisfaction, thus upping the company's reviews.
And now I will go over the project design. For our design, we will go over the samples that we've created and our network diagram of the IS. The focus of these samples is how the employees get assistance from this new IT department. How can the IT department receive and record requests? They receive requests through Topdesk and they record through Asset Panda. How can employees understand the system? Our system uses basic symbols and inputs to make it easier on the employees, and the new environment will consist of hardware and assistance-based software. For our first sample, we begin where the employee logs in. When they start experiencing trouble, they click the exclamation point button at the top right of the screen. From here, a form pops up with text to be filled in about the issue, where they can either submit the request or cancel it. If the user submits the form, the IT department has two choices to go through. They can either send a representative to fix hardware issues, or they can solve it over the network and send a push notification. The usability assessment for this sample is as follows. It took roughly 20 minutes for all the employees to learn and fill out the reports. As time progressed, people became faster at filling out these reports. 19 of the 20 employees were successful in figuring out the system, and the rate of errors has consistently gone down. The rate of retention in this sample is high, and only one employee failed to retain the information, and 19 out of 20 said they like and will use the system. For our second sample, we begin at the same spot where the employee is logged in and start experiencing issues. From here, in this sample, they scroll to the bottom of the page to an I need assistance button where they click it and a form pops up with a name field and two drop-down menus, the left field for the issue, the right for the severity. From here, the employee will fill out the form according to their issue and how severe it is and submit it to the IT department where they receive it through Topdesk. From here, the IT department has three different options to go through. If the issue is minor, they can choose to set the problem aside. If it's a hardware-based issue, they can send a representative down to go perform maintenance. And if it's a connection issue, they can solve it from their office and send a push notification to the employee. The usability assessment for this sample is as follows. It took roughly 35 minutes for the employees to figure out the process of filling out the forms and getting them submitted. The speed of the employees varied depending on the issue. Sometimes it took 5 minutes, other times it took up to 15 minutes. 16 of the 20 employees were successful in this sample design, and the rate of retention was much less than the first sample, with only those who understood it retaining the information. 13 of the 20 preferred the system, while others viewed the drop-down lists as unnecessary and the severity gauge to be inaccurate. And now this is our network diagram. In the very center, we see the main switch where everything is connected. To the right, we can see the diagram for how the clients interact with the server, the cloud, and the database. If we look up, we can see how our network connects to the internet. And if we look down, we can see how all the departments interact with every other part of the network. We can also see how accounting and IT interact with their respective programs of Topdesk, Power Automate, and Asset Panda.
IS implementation and maintains. In our case, a company uses AWS cloud computing. AWS provides a high-level access to technology services, computing services, storage, and databases that can be used as needed. Also, Alpha Finance implemented new software such as Asset Panda, Topdesk, and Power Automate. In our case, we did not develop application or software. We use built-in services from Amazon, such as EC2, RDS, and S3. And one of our cloud engineers installed AWS and ran Alpha Finance's server, which communicates both RDS database and S3 storage. All web applications such as Asset Panda, Power Automate, and Topdesk are all web integrated platforms that don't need any installation, and process documentation is essential maintain the flow of the workplace, and most of the technical documentation can be acquired through the IT department that would usually handle these procedures. Cost of testing and maintenance. So cost of testing the system will be around 1,400, and it takes 7 days of testing. Cost of installing the system will not incur a cost and will be done manually. Cost of documentation will be around 150 a month with Asset Panda, and installation will be around a day as it works through AWS. Cost of support will be around $100 a month and occur during the duration of the implementation process. Cost of cloud computing. The AWS has a 12 trial of 12 months, and after which it will be 14,500 a month, as this the major process of our information system, and it will be paid monthly. To maintain our software, we bought off the shelf, such as Topdesk, Asset Panda, and Power Automate. Maintenance already included in the price, so our IT department just needs to constantly update our software. Types of maintenance. Corrective maintenance will be performed in all areas of the system, and after maintenance are performed, adaptive maintenance will be directed towards employee-client interactions, such as new information required to fill business needs. And also preventive maintenance will be performed on the security of the network to protect from any malicious attacks. Organizational resources. Training from the IT department to the new IT department members is a fundamental resource, as the IT department is responsible for maintenance. In our case, we will use internship to give people appropriate skills, and they will as well teach the employees their needed skills, and these skills involving navigating the database and or how to fill out information. From there, they learn more from other skilled employees, so IT can focus its attention on maintenance. Thank you.
All right, next we're going to be going over 5 lessons learned between our group members. Beginning with the first one, the issues that may arise when implementing a project. This was including like network servers we had to implement and apps that may or may not have been used or required to allow for an ease through the cloud data flow. For the second one, we learned time management between our group members to keep the project on time and efficient. The next one, we learned different types of maintenance that may be required for the project, including corrective, adaptive, and preventative, with corrective being the most important one between our business. The next is patience and communication amongst all members. This kind of falls in with the second lesson, as it requires some team chemistry, and this allows for a better and a more efficient work. And for our last one is integrating web technologies in an online environment, which includes Zoom or different apps and software that we use to complete the project. Next. So in conclusion, we've concluded that our project planning for the project was a huge success. This was based off the entities that we created and the feasibility test that we included, including operations, technicals, and economical, that turned out to be successful. In this project, we laid out the different entities, including the business entities, and followed by the DFDs, which showed our data flow through multiple diagrams, including to show how our top desk ticketing system worked and how Asset Panda, Power Automated, and AWS worked together. Next week included our project design, which included the usability tests also, which showed how our employees here in the IT department here at Alpha Finance was able to work out issues with the new system. We also included how the maintenance and costs that would be required from testing and maintaining the project. But with that being said, the main focus of our company and the future of our company would be directed towards the maintenance, including actually mostly for our corrective, which is about 70%. It's going to be going to 70% of our focus, including our costs too. But overall, the flow of our organizational system would be a huge improvement and increase with increase in efficiency and ease for our employees here at Alpha Finance. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. We will also be posting the Zoom recording at the end of this presentation for you to rewatch this. So thank you so much.